Hello students, now we will discuss about digestive system of cockroach. Digestive system of cockroach has complete alimentary canal and some of the secretory glands inside the layers of alimentary canal. Now we will give some of the labelings for the diagram. So this complete red and this green color one, this structure is salivary glands. Next comes here pharynx. Pharynx is leading into esophagus. Next comes broad structure. Pharynx is narrow in nature, but this area is called crop. Crop is a broad sac-like structure. Next, this will be muscular gizzard. These are hepatic caecae. So, up to here means up to the area of gizzard. The structures are called as foregut. So, up to the area of gizzard, it is foregut. Next will be hepatic caecae and it is leading into coiled narrow midgut. So up to here before this wavy like green color structures which are called as Malpighian tubules. This is called as midgut and starting from Malpighian tubules, this structure is broad and it is called as hindgut. It is again later divided into three parts, ileum, colon and rectum, that we will see later. Now, foregut also called as stomodium. Midgut also called as mesenteron. It is also called as ventriculus. Hindgut also called as proctodium. Three different parts of cockroach digestive system. Now, coming to first one, foregut. It starts at the region of pharynx. So it includes pharynx, foregut includes pharynx, esophagus. Esophagus is little bit narrow, crop and muscular, thick muscled gizzard. Midgut includes 6 to 8 finger-like hepatic caecae, next, and also secretory part at the anterior region, means at the initial region it is having secretory glands. Secretory part. Next, at the posterior region, absorptive part. Next, coming to hindgut. Hindgut is having three parts. One is ileum. In the hindgut, little bit, this is considered as near to the Malpighian tubules. Next is colon. Third one, rectum. So the alimentary canal extends between mouth and anus. Esophagus is narrow. Crop is big, sac-like. Coming to gizzard. Gizzard is having teeth. When we see transverse section, then its structure appears like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 6 teeth-like structures. So here will be the longitudinal muscles. And these are circular muscles. Here, at the bottom part of this gizzard here, there will be some hairy-like structures. When we see from transverse section, they appear here like this. Now, we'll give labelings for this. So, outermost structures are circular muscles. These are longitudinal muscles. These are teeth. These are hairy parts. These hairy-like structures, they are directed backwards like this. Towards the crop region. They are directed backwards towards the crop region. Like this. These have chitinous plates also. Foregut is lined by ectoderm. Midgut is lined by endoderm. Again, hindgut is lined by ectoderm. So, after crop, we have seen about gizzard. We have to write about these structures. They are directed backwards to work as sieves. See, normally we say gizzard is used for grinding of food particles, but because of presence of hairy pad-like structures which are directed towards backwards of the crop, this gizzard is also said as not only for grinding but also working as a sieve to filter the waste particles. So these are few points regarding the gizzard and also foregut. Foregut, when leading into midgut, has a wall that prevents backward flow of food from midgut. If you want to see that structure, So the structure looks like, if this is the gizzard, it extends initially towards inner, and now the structure is giving rise to the hepatic caecilitis. Now these structures are stomodial walls. Now these structures are called hepatic caecae. So the structures which are protruded towards inside, this I have represented here with a red color. Coming to midgut. Midgut has two important parts. So initially there are hepatic caecae. Now function of hepatic caecae, they secrete digestive enzymes. For the digesting food. Now, the anterior region of the midgut is secretory in nature. So first one, secretory part has some glands that secrete chitinous coat around food bolus. Bolus means the food that is masticated and chewed inside the mouth mixed with saliva. Now, the anterior part of the midgut, it secretes some porous chitinous structure around that bolus. Then it is called as peritrophous membrane. So we can write secrete. Porous means having pore-like. Porous. For suppose, if you want to see the diagram representation, if you say this is chitinous layer, porous means having holes like this. Around the bolus. That layer is called peritrophous or peritrophic membrane. Peritrophic membrane is made of network of chitin fibrils. Chitin fibrils. Now, this secretory part, it secretes a chitinous coat around the food bolus along with some of the enzymes that are required for digestion of food. So these glands secrete digesting enzymes of food. Next, in the absorptive region, for suppose if this is the food bolus with chitinous porous chitin structure, then at the posterior region here, nutrients from this bolus-like structure are absorbed. Nutrients are absorbed from bolus at this posterior region of the midgut. The entry of complete midgut into hindgut, it is controlled by special type of muscles called as sphincter muscles. They also prevent completely the digested food that has entered the hindgut going back into the midgut. Nutrients are absorbed from bolus at this posterior region of the midgut. The entry of complete midgut into hindgut, it is controlled by special type of muscles called as sphincter muscles. They also prevent completely the digested food that has entered the hindgut going back into the midgut. Entry of midgut into hindgut is controlled by sphincter muscles. How the stomoidal valve is preventing the backward flow of the food that has entered into midgut. Same way, the sphincter muscles which are present in this region, they prevent the backward flow of food material from hindgut into midgut. Next, the structure ileum. So, at the junction of midgut and hindgut, there are present 6 to 8 bundles of Malpighian tubules. They are considered as the excretory structures, means they absorb the total uric acid and also the waste from the body and they push into the hindgut. Now, at the junction of midgut and hindgut are present 6 to 8 bundles of Malpighian tubules. Each bundle is having nearly 150 number of Malpighian tubules. Each bundle with 150 Malpighian tubules. Next, ileum, which is present in the hindgut. It absorbs the uric acid and also the waste from Malpighian tubules and also from the midgut. Ileum absorbs and allows uric acid and waste from midgut and Malpighian tubules. Malpighian tubules. Then the waste material from ileum is reached into the colon region. Colon leads into short and wide rectum, but this colon is considered as the longest among these three. Rectum on its inner side has 6 number of longitudinal rectal papillae. Because of that, the wider region, it contracts and pushes the waste material towards out. On its inner side has 6 longitudinal rectal papillae. These are a type of thick muscles. 6 number of rectal papillae. Next. So the food material is excreted through the anus region. These are anal cells. So we will see some of the points. Here, hindgut is internally lined by, we have said that hindgut it is made up of ectoderm, but internally hindgut is lined by chitinous cuticle. These are some of the extra points. Hindgut, internally lined by chitinous cuticle. Now, we are telling midgut is also called as ventriculus. So, gizzard is also called as proventriculus. This is one of the extra point. Now, here, why the bolus is covered by porous type of chitinous structure. Nutrients will be absorbed, but that arrangement of porous chitinous structure around the bolus helps the midgut lining from getting ruptured from hard particles. Some of the sharp particles may be present that may cut the midgut. So, the porous nature is present because to prevent the midgut from hard and sharp particles. So these are few points, important points regarding alimentary canal of cockroach.